Hey guys, my name is Ava. I'm the owner of Modified Motorsports in Livermore, California. Today we're going to be installing the Airlift Pro Series air springs and wireless air management system on a 2021 Ram Power Wagon.
So for the past year or so, after making all the modifications that I did to my Ram, adding in the chassis unlimited rear bumper with the dual tire swing, obviously the 37-inch spare that's on the back of that, the bed slide, we went with the chassis unlimited thorax bed rack for a little bit. Then I switched to a smart cab with all the gear inside of that. And most recently, the addition to the Skinny Guy camper. It's added a lot of weight on top of a Power Wagon that has a low payload as it is, with the soft suspension made for off-roading. So we teamed up with Airlift, and they were killer enough to send us out that wireless air system compressor matched up with the Loadlifter 5000 airbags, which has an internal bump stop. That's kind of crucial for what we do, having that internal bump stop. And what that means is the internal bump stop stops the airbags from pinching, which can cause stress to the airbags, which leads to cracking and air escaping out of the airbag itself. So, thus rendering it useless. This is going to lift it up a bit to where I can run that Skinny Guy camper with a full load, with the full water in it, all the gear underneath it in the bed, or when I switch over to the smart cap, running it with the deck system, all my gear, everything in there, and still kind of want to send it. But one of the coolest things I think about this is each side is independent. So what it allows me to do, if I want to raise up, my right or left side to it, I can do that independently. It levels out at camp. Killer. I know that's probably not the coolest part of this whole system, but for me, that's awesome. I love the convenience of it. I don't have to take max tracks off or find big boulders to put up underneath my tires to be able to level it out. We are stoked to get it on. Modified Motorsports made it really easy for us to stop on by. They did the full installation, which I'll run you through right now. And, here on the next video, we're going to show you how it performed out in the field.
The installation is fairly easy. Starting with the top plate, the bolts go right into where your bump stops used to be, making it that much easier to sandwich both plates and get this install perfect. Once you have everything tightened up, put both bags in their spots, and then it's time to go around and torque everything to their exact specs that are provided by Airlift in the instructions. After researching a bit on the Power Wagons with airbags, I realized that one of the best things I could do was upgrade to some Daystar cradles for the bottom of the bags. You could opt in and use the supplied parts that Airlift sends with everything, but everything and everyone that I talked to said to do those Daystar cradles. After the bags and cradles are installed, it's time to find a good location for the air wireless compressor system. I went with the easy mount, which, as it says, it's an easy mount. So it's going to mount around your frame rails with the supplied parts and U-bolts that go onto that. It's a fairly easy process. After that's done, now we've got to run all the lines from the compressor to the airbags in the rear. One of the most important things you can do with this installation is make sure your lines are clean and run correctly. You don't want to pinch a line, you don't want them rubbing, you don't want to put them in harm's way, or you're going to lose air to your rear bags. Not only did we protect it by putting in some wire loom, we also went the extra mile and wrapped it in electrical tape to make sure that it doesn't fall out of that loom and gives it that little extra step of protection that it's going to need. Once we've run our lines and secured them, now it's time to connect everything to the air wireless compressor. When it comes to air compressors and airbag systems, you always want to have some type of fail-safe in line with that. So in case we lose power or that the compressor itself stops working, you need a way to raise and lower your bags manually if possible. So we added 2 grommets to that so that we can manually use it with our power tanks that we have supplied in the backs of our trucks in case of the emergency that we need. Now that that's done, we install the wheels, we're gonna lower this back down, and we move on to wiring. All you have to do is send everything up into your engine bay where you want this to wire. Myself, I tapped this into my Switch Pro RC12 system, ran everything into my ugly mess of wires that I badly need to clean up, got everything rocking and rolling, and now the installation is done. With everything working the way it's supposed to, we do a quick window tint before leaving Modified Motorsports, and now it's time to get out on the trails and try this bad boy out, and we'll see that in the next episode.